Welcome to Subramani. Planning for a retirement, here is a longish guide. Longish in the sense that what should you do 10 years back, 10 years from pre-retirement, right? So if you want to retire at 60, if you're in India, or maybe at 65 if you're in US, or actually I would call retirement a sum of money. So if you think that money will be ready by 63, you want to retire at 63, even if you're in US, this is a good time to do some catch up on your IRA, and the IRA contribution limit will be up for you because you're above 50, because you want to retire at 63, you're now 52, 53, whatever. So you have to increase your catch up you can do on your IRA and your 401k contribution. And your 401k contribution is important also if your employer is going to match it, because there is no reason why you should not be doing that, right? So then there is a government thrift plan which will increase by $500 for 2025. So I think you should do all that and keep making sure that you know how much saving more and investing more for your retirement makes sense, whether you're in India or whether you're in USA. This is also a good time to start visualizing where you want to spend your retirement years. So from 60 onwards. So I'm looking at it this way, that you will retire at 60 and you will spend a few years in the place where you stay, right? So say 60 to 70, 72, you will want to stay wherever you are, whichever city you were working or wherever you want to, unless you have already decided where you want to go post-retirement. So many people know that post-retirement I want to go to Kerala, I want to live with my family in my village. So some people know that. In case you don't know, you're going to spend more time exactly where you have been working. But at some stage, maybe at 70, 72, 73, you may feel that you and your spouse may feel that the time spent on running the house and the stress for running the house, looking after servants, paying them salaries, every day deciding what vegetable to buy and cooking is not going to be great fun after a particular age. 60 to 70, you have the energy to do all that. You have the energy to travel. You have the energy to have fun. So you're traveling for your friends' kids' weddings, for your cousins' kids' weddings, and those kind of functions, or friends' grandchildren's thread ceremony, whatever it be. You're traveling for all that. At 70, 72, you may take a call that you want to stay maybe in a senior citizen home, in a gated community, somewhere you want to make that move, right? So if you're in India, maybe it is Coimbatore, maybe it is Pune. Even if you're in US, chances are that you may want to come to India for your golden years. Depends on whatever you want to do, but it's a great time to be visualizing. For heaven's sake, don't buy any senior citizen home, because you're going to move in at 72. You are now 50, but it is time to do your shopping and shortlist and say what do you want, because you go to each place, you'll get some ideas. You will find that in some places they've got nice helpful things to hold within the house, in the loo and in the public spaces where you are walking. All that is there. In some places it's not there. So you may decide that I don't need it, or you may decide that, oh, this is a very useful feature, I'll look for it. Or you may build it into the house where you're staying. Maybe you build one building where 4 of your siblings or friends and cousins and all live together. All that is possible. Right, so but right now you're only in the shopping stage, you're in the visualizing stage. You're going to say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to put the money which is required to do all that. Right now you're not going to take any action. You're just writing down where your monies are. You're sitting and explaining to your spouse where it is. So if you're the woman who is looking after it, you'll tell your husband where the money is, how it is going to be used, how it is going to come on a monthly basis. Right now it is only planning and talking stage, but this is a fantastic time to go and get yourself an advisor. Because even if you have not managed your money well from, say, your age of 30 to your age of 50, there is still a long 10-year gap, 10 years time available for you to sit and plan and correct the mistakes that you have made in the past. Now you come to 1 year later, you've done all this 1 year back, and in 9th year you start doing your asset allocation, in the sense that I'm assuming for a minute that a bad equity market would last maybe 5-6 years, not much more than that. In fact, it would be perhaps much lesser, not more than that. So now it's a good time to start your accumulation phase. Your planning your decumulation phase, right? So you are now in your accumulation phase. 50 to 60 is a fantastic time to be contributing, because maybe the children's expenses are over, children have started earning, or children are about to start earning, their education being over, their marriage being over, so they're no longer with you. Your income is perhaps at the highest. Maybe you're a director in some company, so you're going to do all that. You're going to be on the board for those companies maybe till your age of 70, 72. So all that is going to contribute more to your income. So you know all that, but this is a time to be planning and doing your asset allocation. Asset allocation in the sense that you have got yourself an advisor. Now decide how much to put in equity, how much to put in debt, and how to build the buckets. This is a time to be doing all that. So your investment asset allocation, this is a good time to be doing. And also, now what is the target rate which you have, which you need for the next 10 years, right? So don't overdo it, don't get over anxious and get very aggressive and find that you're walking into a bad market and you're losing money. You can't afford to lose money. 50 is a time when you stop saying that, oh, I can put some money in risk capital. If you have put money in the risk capital in the past and it has done well, use that for putting more money in risk capital. You now may not be in a position to lose capital. You may not withdraw from your capital for 20 years, but you don't have now space to lose capital. This I'm saying very broadly. Some people who have got much more than what they need, for them it is different. But for the normal person, this is the time when you want to say, okay, let me not lose money, right? 7-8 years, I've now come to say 7-8 years, this is a time to go and start collecting all your provident fund lying everywhere. Believe me, it could take you 8 years to get the money. Indian provident fund run by the government, under Modi government, there are 2-3 things. One is the provident fund, and second is the lost shares, what goes to the investor protection fund. Getting this money out, both are your money, but getting it out of the government is a nightmare. They will say signature defer or this or that. People have taken few years to get it. So 7th, 8th year is a time to be looking at where is your PF, where all it is lying, have they transferred it to one place, what is your current employer going to do, is it a private trust or is it a government body where you have put the money, right? So whatever you have done, time to prospect, time to take that money out, time to close all your savings bank account opened in various places as and when you were transferred. Once upon a time you had to do that. Today if you have an account in say HDFC Bank, Ghatkopar, you can operate it from Delhi, you can operate it from Calcutta, you can operate it from any part of the country. That's not really a problem. So you don't have to open so many accounts. But what happens is the account is decided by the employer. So if your employer had decided that you would open an account in HDFC Bank, you open, now your new employer says, no, all our salaries are with ICICI Bank, you will open with ICICI Bank. You don't have too much of a choice. So of course today big organizations give you the choice, but whatever it is, I am digressing. Look at all the money that is lying in various places. Some life insurance policy which you didn't encash, some life insurance policy, some pension plan from where you're supposed to get an annuity, right? Go and check all that, do all the prospecting, do all the collection, surrender all your unnecessary credit cards, right? If you have credit cards, start surrendering them. You don't need it. It doesn't take a long time, but if you're not using it, surrender it. If you're using it, know why you are using, why you should have 1 or 2 cards, whatever will be your reason. Cut down all the other frills which you don't no longer need. Now start writing your expenses if you have not started writing earlier, and trying kind of a test drive of your retirement plan. Go and check out how much money you will really need, how much is your income, right? So now we are 5-6 years away, you're 7 years away. Start checking all that, and then start checking whether you have adequate income, where that adequate income will come from, and where you will withdraw from. What will be the priority of withdrawal? What will be the bucket theories? How much money you will have in bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 3? You are still not going to do it. You're 5 years away, but it's a good time to do a dress rehearsal, sitting with your wife, or in case you are the wife, then with your spouse, and deciding on all that. It is also necessary to start documentation, start documenting this. Maybe if you have not yet updated your will, updating your will, telling your children what your plans and what you're going to do, where you're going to live during your, say, age of 70 to 80, and where are you going to live beyond your age of 80. What are your, ideally, what are your death plans, in the sense that if you want to be buried, you want to be cremated, you want your body donated, whatever it is, right? So get all that. And now is the time when you're 4-5 years away, get granular, get saying, this is my dividend income, here is the list of companies from where I'm going to get dividend, and this is going to take care of my expenses. Apart from that, I have some 23,000 rupees of pension which my employer is going to give me. There is about 18,000 of pension which I'm going to get from this pension plan on an annuitized basis, and this is the kind of money that I need to live. I don't have to touch my capital for maybe 10-20 years, and by the time inflation would have caught up, my dividend would have kept pace, but my pensions may not have kept pace. So, right, knowing all that, 3-4 years into before your retirement, sit with your employer and find out whether the medical policy, how long it can be extended. Some companies are extending it till the age of 75, so that reduces your premium. But if your employer will not, then it is time that you enhance the private plan that you are holding. I hope you are holding a private plan. If you don't own, then start and buy it when you're 50. Enhancing it, deciding how much you want and from where to take. When you're in employment, you have the advantage of that broker who comes to your office, will sit with you and explain everything to you, because your company is a big client, not because you are going to be a big client, but because the company is a big client. So just check out your financial insurance, your medical insurance, life insurance, etc. And now is the time to start trying to give it a tryout, right? Take 3 months off, take 1 month off, whatever you can, and keep checking out how retirement is going to look. Make a plan for, now it's a time to make a full day plan and a week plan as to what you're going to do in retirement. Maybe you're going to travel. All the frenzy of travel, all that which you thought you didn't do during your working days, you will start doing all that. So now you're 1 or 2 years away. Just sit and talk to your classmates. They're exactly the same age. Ask where they are going to live. By now, you will have to decide where you want to go, if you want to go. If you don't want to go, you studied in the same, you lived in the same place, you did your schooling here, good chances that many of your friends are around. Then decide where you want to live. Maybe four of your classmates, maybe you want to live in the same building, right? Maybe you're in Mulund, maybe you're in Ghatkopar, whatever. So you know all of them are there. They'll be there for each other when you need them. You can share infrastructure, you can share a driver, you can share a car, all those things. So this is the time to now go and buy the place where you want to stay when you're 70, or even now you don't need to. At 70, you go rent the place for 2-3 months. If you like it, then you think of buying. So these are some of the steps which you need to take for retirement. You have not yet retired. You have got 10 years to go. Thank you. Bye.